Raised on the streets of South LA, Reverend Rudy Rubio grew into a community faith leader and spiritual coordinator for MLKCH. Reverend Rudy's work shows us how faith can be a powerful healer and reminds us of the role faith has played in our history of justice. Join Rev Rudy as he moves from patient bedside to community action.
After rounds, I'm gonna go talk to him and figure out what his threshold is for intubation.
You wanna go in there? Let's go. You got a mask? I need a N95 and a shield, please. Amanda, what's his first name? Buenos dias. So you know the doctor, right? I'm the pastor. This is the doctor. We just want to talk to you real quick.
They're getting close to where I would say, hey, we need to intubate you.
I'm just here for support. I want to be able to talk with you, to pray with you, if you'll let me, to give you peace, because I know there could be a lot of anxiety right now. The doctor's giving you a lot of information. It could seem like a really big decision.
If you could see me, you could see that it doesn't look like I'm your typical pastor, right, or chaplain. I grew up on these streets, rough, and I was a part of the problem here for many years. I think how or why I became a problem with that, because I was some kid who was neglected. I was a latchkey kid. Parents were always working. When the local street gang came along and they embraced me, they became a family to me, and being accepted and belonging to something was a great feeling. Unfortunately, there were wrong motives that drove those relationships, but that's pretty much what it was, and I fed off of that. I think that my past helps me be empathetic to our community and our patients, and as well as them being able to relate to me and know that I am truly one of them. I've been through it. I'm on the other side. Not that I've made it anywhere, but that there's hope, that there's hope. And I think that has helped bring down many a wall with patients when they won't talk to anybody else, but they'll talk to me.
I'm gonna stay with him and pray. Is that okay? Will you let me pray with you after he goes? Cool. Thank you, Dr. Redondo.
I try to be a bridge between this hospital and the community itself, because it's where I live, love, and serve both the hospital, our staff, our patients, as well as the community.
Hey, good morning, familia. How are we doing this morning? I know we would all rather be watching cartoons and eating cereal at home, but we're grateful that you chose to get up early this morning to come out and support the work that we're trying to do here in the community.
It's inspiring to see someone like Reverend Rubio, who has his own struggles, but he's now serving as a role model, as an example, and as an inspiration to all of us in terms of, hey, we're gonna go through some tough times, but there's still an opportunity for us to do good in the world and to help others, regardless of what you may have gone through in the past. It's never too late to turn it around.
I hope that I can be that person that I never had to show these kids that there's another way. We don't have to make the same mistakes that people that we love dearly, friends or family, have made, that there's always another option.
He came with a background, from the streets, He said it before that maybe he was a knucklehead, you know what I mean? It all came full circle when, I believe he decided to change his life, and give back to the community. Instead of being someone who was known for taking, he's became a giver, and that's what this is about.
I was a guy doing graffiti on the walls. I was actually with the paintbrush, and one of the guys from the city said, "Are you getting flashbacks?" I was like, well, it was actually a spray can, So to be able to leave a colorful stamp mark with, welcome to success, and to impulse the kids and to spur them on, is pretty awesome. So yeah, I never thought I'd be doing this at all. Never thought I'd be a pastor, or community activist, or whatever you want to call it, ever. So the Combs family that lives here and the Herman family that lives right next door, many years ago started hosting these dinners on Friday nights. We're in the middle of Compton, to help get these kids off the street, offer them a meal, get them inside a positive environment, to spiritually feed them, nourish them, both physically and spiritually.
Welcome. Obviously, we got Pastor Rudy in the house. He's bringing the message tonight. Give him a clap. Give him a clap.
amazing to see them grow up from teenagers now into young adults, that they're no longer the students that we're pouring into, now they're pouring into younger kids. And to watch that transition has been awesome, and to be a part of it is even more amazing. There's people that would question me like, why? Like, why would you stay here? Why don't you go somewhere else? And they're difficult conversations that my wife and I have definitely had, like, is this where you want to raise our children? You know, do you want your kids to be around the same stuff that you saw when you were growing up? And I think that challenged me to actually want to make an even bigger change, to make sure that the generations after us would have a better chance than we did. This is exactly where we need to be to help bring about that change.
Rudy is very important to us. He helps connect people like of all races and demographics. People in IC are very sick. You know, a lot of times they're close to death, and he really helps to bring us all together and helps the families cope. He is so humble, knowledgeable, the big heart, and he's caring. I don't know what we would have done without him. I'm just so grateful that he's here.
I have a habit of asking our staff, hey, how you doing? And you know, all of our natural reactions say, I'm good. And then I'll pause for a second, I'll say, seriously, how are you? You know? And then sometimes, or often, I'll get the real answer, and then the story, and then try to comfort them and encourage them as well.
I have like a vivid memory of like a very difficult day. He always comes in rounds and like gives us fist bumps. How are you doing? Especially when we're doing rounds and presenting, and it's like, this patient's not doing bad. Like, this patient is doing bad. The family's not okay. This patient's doing bad. The family's not okay. When you constantly hear that bad news, he kind of, again, picks up on that, and he's like, how are you doing? How are you doing? Okay. So definitely moments that I was like, Rudy, I just need a hug.
I stand upon the Protestant Reformation, right? That happened with a guy by the name of Martin Luther, who Martin Luther King Jr. was named after, who had a phrase in Latin that said, Semper Reformanda, reforming and always reforming. How can we continue to bring about much needed change in our community? And I truly believe that faith is at the heart of it. And I want to help people channel to what that faith is.